Hello Stampers! I'm Dina Lanzendorf at Inkin' with Dink and welcome to my Facebook Live. All this week on my videos I am featuring the bundle that includes the Timeless Tropical Stamp Set and the coordinating dies. And yesterday I did a really fun video showing you how to do some background of sky and sand when you're working with this fun stamp set. And today I'm going to show you another way to make a background for it. I'm also going to show you some swaps that I have received featuring the stamp set, the bundle, but we'll start with making the card. Are you guys ready? I'm going to go ahead and flip you down. Get everything in position here. Okay, so again, like I said, the bundle that I'm working with includes the Timeless Tropical Stamp Set and the coordinating dies. This is really a fun set to work with, especially now because it just kind of gets you away to a different place. It's kind of nice. It's very relaxing. Excuse all the noise in the background. The trash people decide to come and empty out the trash cans. So they're a little loud, but that's all right. So this is just kind of a fun set, fun bundle to play with, to just kind of escape everything for a while. So we're going to start off and I'm going to show you how to make the backgrounds for both of these cards. Remember yesterday in the video we made this card and we did some sponging for not only the sand but also the sky. But today we are simply going to use a clear block. Okay, so let me show you how we're going to do this. So I'm going to set these two aside and I'm actually going to start off with our middle piece today and then we'll put the cards together. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that you can stamp with a block, but the main things you're going to need is a clear block. You're going to need a spray bottle of water. You're either going to need some Stampin' Right markers or some stamp pads, depending on which technique you like the best. And then you're going to need your basic white cardstock. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to start off with the marker technique. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're simply going to color on our block with our markers. So I'm going to start off with the sand or the bottom because it's easier, and you'll see why in just a second, to use it as my separating, my dividing point as to where my brown and my blue is. When you use the light color like balmy blue and you color on the block, you really cannot see it very well. So I found it easier to start with the brown, and that way I can get a little better sense of how far they go into each other. Okay, so again, I'm just using my brush end of my markers, and I am simply coloring on my block. Okay, now you don't want to take your blue down too far into the brown because the brown will get on the blue marker. So we have just done that. Now I know it's hard to see, but trust me, I have gone over the whole thing. Now what I want to do is I want to spritz it about 2 times with water. Now I'm not going to do it here because I need to hold it back, but you're probably going to go about 12 inches away and just spritz it a couple of times so that it just kind of has a mist on it. Okay, then you are ready to turn it over, center it on the block or on your paper, and you're going to push down. Now when you push down, you'll see that it kind of gets very splotchy. Okay, and I even like to, let's see if we can do this, kind of rub from the bottom a little bit too, just to make sure that it gets covered real good. Okay, so it's going to look just like that. So kind of like it did through the block, and that is this background right here. Okay, now if you want something a little more full, let me show you how to do the other one. So we're just going to take our same block, okay, and we're going to start off with our lighter color. So I'm going to start off with the balmy blue, which that is also the color of the marker that I used the last time. Okay, so we're just going to open up our stamp pad, and I can kind of see on here where the brown was and where the blue was. Okay, so I am just going to take my block directly to the stamp pad, And you can see when you push down, you can see it's sectioned to it so that you know it's covered. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing with the brown, okay, or the crumb cake. And I just want to line it up directly with the edge of the stamp pad. And that way I'm only getting it on the bottom half like that. Okay, now again, I'm going to take my water spritzer and just kind of spray it a couple of times from far away so it just has a little mist on it. And then I'm going to center it and push it down like that. Okay. You know what? Let's do this one the same way. Let's lift it up a little bit and kind of rub so that we get a good coverage. So there we go. That is how we do the backgrounds. Okay, so now let's go ahead and finish making our card. Okay, I'm done with these two stamp pads, but now I'm ready to do my tree. And in case you didn't see my video yesterday, I will show you exactly how to color on your stamp so that when you stamp it, you've got two different colors. So again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Right markers, okay? I'm going to use the shaded spruce and the soft suede. I'm going to start up on the treetops. You'll notice on our markers, there are two ends to them. The thin line is the pointy edge, okay, or to like journal or write. The thicker line is for the brush edge. So all I'm going to do is just kind of color on here. Lay your marker off on its side a little bit. And then you're just going to color over all the area that you want with that color. Okay, once you have that done, we'll go ahead and do the brown. Again, be just very careful. Go up right to the edge of where the green is and do it like that. Now, since we're not going to be spritzing it, you do need to huff on your stamps when you color them with the marker. All that means is simply put it right up next to outside your mouth and just go, okay? And then what that does, the heat and the moisture from your breath moistens this so that when it stamps a good image. So let me huff on it. And then I'm just going to stamp it right down like that, okay? Now, you use the framelits to cut it out. And it looks like this, okay? So he is ready to go. Ooh, I like the way that looks. Go up on there like that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use this instead of this one to make my card rather than do both of them for you. Okay, so what you need to do is you're going to take some of your tear and tape. You're just going to cut a couple of pieces and put it right back here on the back. I always think that tear and tape is the best adhesive to use when I'm doing any kind of ribbons or twine or anything like that. It holds it really well. There's nothing worse than making a card and then you come back like a couple days later or something and the ribbon has come untaped from it. And then it is really hard to get it stuffed back in and adhered to your card. So if you do it this way and use your tear and tape, I've never had it come off using something like that. Okay? So this is also ready to put on my next layer. So this white layer that I have been using, this one measures 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, and I'm just going to adhere it to my next layer, which is crumb cake, and this one is 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive. Hi Ann, thanks for watching. And I'm just going to put it right down here like this. Okay, I'm ready to go ahead and adhere my trees. Just going to put some adhesive on the back of there, a little bit on the trunks, and he is going to slide back behind my ribbon there, just like that. Okay? Now in this stamp set, it really is very useful in lots of different ways. Okay, so they've got a birthday greeting. They've got a rest and relax, you deserve it, which makes me think of like retirement. And there's also a thank you. So you can do anything you want, but I'm going to go ahead and use this as a retirement card. So we're going to use the rest and relax stamp. We're going to stamp it in soft suede. I'm just going to put it here on a piece of Whisper White scrap. Okay. Then I'm going to use my tailored tag punch. I thought this looked really nice on here when I did the last one. We're just going to punch that out like that. Now I want to put some dimensionals. Now, a little trick I have learned over time with my dimensionals is when you are putting like this tag area, okay, or punch, over the top of ribbon, it works best if your dimensionals on the back are not over the ribbon, okay? So I'm going to use my mini dimensionals, and I'm just going to put one on the bottom and one on the top. And that way, when I adhere it down, the dimensionals are not going to be over the top of my twine. So we're just going to put that right there like that. And there you go. Oh, I forgot to put it on a card base. So our card base I'm using is Balmy Blue. And this one measures 8.5 by 5.5. Fold it in half. Use your bone folder so it's nice and crisp. Go ahead and use my liquid Tombow adhesive. Center that down on my card base. And there you go. Now my card is finished. So I hope you guys have learned something new on techniques for background. So this is the one that we did with the markers. And this is the one that we did actually stamping our block on our stamp pad. So I really like the look it gives it. Both of them. I really enjoy both of them. And I will go ahead and finish this card here. But I hope you have learned a new technique and that this stamp set is reaching out and grabbing you, because I know it is me. I just absolutely love it. And I don't have my hostess code up yet for April. I do have it. It went out in my newsletter this month, and I will post it in the comments right below the video here, so that if you place an order this month, be sure and use the host code. I am going to be extending Celebration for my customers, and I will be posting more information about that in the next day or two. I have tons and tons of Celebration items from the one that just occurred, and also back for past years. So again, I'll be doing the same kind of thing as the regular Celebration, in that you'll get to pick out a free item for every $50 that you spend. So if you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, please do. So that you'll get all the information on that. And thanks for watching. Please share my video, and happy stamping.